Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video down below, and share us on social media. Look at that. We got a flying butterfly snake. Alright, today we're going to look at something in the game that we haven't really touched on yet. And I have not done with this character. We haven't done much with this character, to be honest. I mean, we've built some bases, we've made tons of money, nanites, got some ships, you know, done all kinds of neat stuff, right? But what we haven't done is attack our log here in our missions, right? We got a ton of stuff to do here. Tons and tons and tons of stuff. So this is what we're going to look at now. And this is A Planet in Distress. Investigate an emergency broadcast. So first things first, we're going to get to one of our bases here. We're going to get to this one here. This is in a system that has guaranteed S-Class mods for the freighter. And it gives you all of them, from the warp drive ones to the ones for the frigates, to help out on their mission. So this is a great little system. I'm on a cool little planet. It's got no weather whatsoever. We're mining silver, tons of it. We're mining oxygen, and we're building a base that is going to, when it's done, look kind of like a frigate floating above the surface here. So yeah, that's kind of cool. What's that wire? Why is that wire showing? Why are these wires showing? These wires should not be showing. Did our wire thing? No, it's down there still. I can see it. Alright, well anyway, those wires should not be showing. But yeah, check out this base, right? Pretty sweet. I'll go over in some detail on how I built it and what I've done to it so far. We've got a badass little turret here. You can actually sit down and target with it. Over on the left, you've got a map of the galaxy. You can target anything in the galaxy and shoot it from where you sit with a little targeting robot going around it. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'm digging this. I'm having fun with this base. We're also brewing our own Old Jack Daniels number 12 here. The reason it's so light is it hasn't gone into the oak barrels yet, but we'll work on that. That'll happen. What is with these freaking... That's so annoying. Go up top, we got a couple other types of turrets up here. Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet, right? It's getting there. The interior of the base is screwed right now. I mean, we haven't done much in here, just a little odd things here and there. And the heart of it started off as just a floating circular room like this with a couple of landing pads on it. Look at that, I even mounted the supply depots on the side. So anyways, back to what we were doing. So let's open up that mission again, and let's hit R3 to restart the current mission and use nearby structures, which I just did. There we go. Alright, so we got an emergency broadcast detected, right? Do we see where it is? Answer the communicator by pushing down. Can't do that yet. I guess we gotta maybe get into the ship to do that. Yep, there we go. Oh, look, we got a little geck. Alright, so it gives us some coordinates. And they lead to a nearby planet. Question is, where is that nearby planet? we are in a highly populated system. This is a popular system due to the drops for the freighter. So everybody and their mother has a base here. Oh, it's in another system. My bad. Alright, so here we go. Right next door. Nice little, okay, nice little one-star Viking system. We'll head over there and we'll check out the source of the signal and see what's going on. Oh, and look at that. We get right into a space battle. Isn't that funny? So yeah, as always, if you want to avoid combat and get a free... That's just a little Star Destroyer. And get a free cargo bulkhead, you just go right on in and land in here. No, we're not going to do that right now. I don't need the cargo bulkheads. My freighter's maxed out. We're working on building it up. So we're just going in long enough to end that battle. And now we're going to locate the source of that signal, which is right down there. See it? Alright, let's go. So this is a fairly recent addition to the game. This is actually the, you have the ability to become the overseer of a settlement in the game. And the settlement will generate you some income, and you have some activities you can do there on a regular basis. Quite frankly, it's not the best part of the game, but you know, once you get it up and running and efficient, it can make you some good money, you know. That's kind of nice in a pinch. And as you can see, there's a settlement right there. Pretty nice looking planet, right? Well, let's land. Let's see what the settlement is all about. Alright. So we found a planetary settlement, and it has an outpost status of vulnerable. And what you want to do is get to the middle. You're going to see this structure in the middle of a settlement. And you go right up to the interface and interact with it. And you can apply to be the overseer. Now we are a pretty crappy sea level. 26 citizens, 15% happiness. The maintenance costs more than the production. And there is a low level of sentinel alertness. As you can see, we've got a lot of negative things. So, you know, they start out pretty poorly. I think you can, you know, we could look around and use maps to find a better settlement, but we're going to take this right from the way it starts off and just accept the first one. It's nice and close by. The planet looks, you know, okay. So we need to construct an overseer's office. That's the first thing we do. And it wants materials for it, like silicate powder. And as you can see, that's going to take about 1.5 minutes. So what exactly are these settlements about? I mean, they've got a lot of buildings to them. You can't build in them like you can a base, because they're their own thing. But there's always a but. You can lay a base down fairly close by. I think within about 300 meters or so, or 300 U, and then you know, extend your base out and build in the settlement, which is kind of cool. So that's something we might do down the road here. Hey, look, I'm working, yay. And that's pretty cool. We got a freighter nearby, a crashed freighter, a good source of salvaged frigate modules, you know, to help buy upgrades for your freighter if you need them. Well, let's get over here. We got a toxic planet. It sucks. This is really bad. But we're almost complete. Look in here. There's that little robot. That's like my little targeting robot, right? You can see him in here working away. Got scaffolding, and yeah, there. Oh, good thing I got out of there. All right, now we need metal plating for the roof. So we need 5 of that. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo. Put that in. And got another minute and a half. So while we're here, we have no electric nearby. We do have yeah, we do have some kind of mineral nearby. Let's take a look and see what that is, just out of curiosity, while that's building. You know, it's good. There's a hard limit in the game on how many base pieces you can put down. That limit is, I believe, 16,000 from what I understand, which is a lot, don't get me wrong. But if you build a lot of bases, then you might be able to run out, especially if you try to be complex in them, like I'm trying to be with that freighter base. It's got way more stuff on it than it needs. A lot of it just there purely for decoration and all. So any base you should build, you want them to be a little serve multiple purposes. All right, we got copper here. We got a cool creature up there. Check him out. All right. Well, let's head back to our little settlement and see what the status is here. It should be about done. Yep, we need microprocessors. Let's get those built while we're at it here. We'll need some nanotubes. Now we can do that. All right, we got the microprocessors ready. This will be the office. There's a lot of construction involved in one of these. A lot of different buildings you can choose to make, and they will offer different benefits to your settlement. You can build things like landing pads, trade posts. I think there's a bar you can build, if I'm not mistaken. And they do different things. They'll either add to the production of your base or of your settlement, or add to the happiness of it. And I think some of them, I think you can do homes too, which will add to the population. So there's a few different things you can choose to build. And as your base gets better, it will go from a C to a B to an A, and potentially to an S. If you do it right. I haven't got one to an S yet. My main character, I think I got that one up to an A, but again, it's kind of, like I said, it's not a really big part of the game. It's not all that interesting, but I figure I'd, show it off here. That way you guys know what to expect when this mission does pop up, and show you how, what it takes just to get it started at least. So I'll just stick with that. So, we could build a, let's see how far that was. So yeah, it's 250 away, right? So in theory, we could build a copper mine here and a base and connect it to the settlement a little bit. You could actually build inside the settlement once you have it under the sphere of your base, right? Which is kind of neat, because right now you're not able to build in it. Even when this is done, it doesn't happen. All right, so here's our office. And just taking a quick look around, you've got your little teleporter here, your base terminus, which is cool. And you got your administration terminal. Everything else is pretty much decorative. I can just sit down for a minute and say, my God, what have I done? Okay. I'm a spacefaring traveler. I'm not an overseer. Let's open up the terminal and take a look at what it does. So the first tab at the top will give you opportunities. Sometimes it's a construction opportunity like it's going to be now. Other times it's something you need to resolve or a decision you have to make. There's a variety of missions that pop up, and they do so fairly regularly. I never really paid that close of attention if it's a daily thing or whatever, but yeah, they pop up on a regular basis. So until you get your base built up to a level where it's making you money and all that, you might want to check your daily at least. And now let's look at our status. And this basically gives us the same view that we had earlier. Our population, our happiness, our productivity, which sucks, compared to our maintenance. We're losing money. As you can see, we're currently $59,000 in debt. And the only good thing we have going for us is automated climate shields. Everything else sucks. Reduces happiness, decreases productivity, occasional population loss, reduces citizens' happiness. So our first decision is going to be to build something here. And this is going to help determine our growth in the base, right? So I'm going to go with population growth because, ultimately, 140 pure ferrite. The more people we have, the more productive we can get and the more things we can build and all that. So we're going to build a dwelling, try to attract more people to this little crap hole and see what happens, right? So just like the, really? Go ahead and put that in there, the 140 pure ferrite. And see, 46 minutes, so yeah, we're not going to wait around for that. But ultimately, I think if we keep attracting more residents, these guys just standing up here, and we get more growth, then we'll be in better shape. So I'll make a cut and come back after that is done. All right, well, we're still building that right now, but we had a message pop up that said a visitor stopped by. So go to your office, but I'm here in my office. Oh, there we go. Greet settlement visitor. Ah, he appears. Alright, so a stranger named Planetary Specialist Zaif has announced their grand arrival and wishes to be conveyed to the overseer they claim to be working for an anonymous benefactor. They wish to help the settlement and present plans for a proton welder as a gift. So we'll get a feature called Proton Welder if we accept it, which is green, so that means it's going to do something good and should offset one of the bad things that we have. Or we can just outright decline it. So we're going to accept it. And this is another thing that happens on a regular basis. But you can see that happened right away. We still have 44 minutes. And now let's look at our base again and see what the status is. So we got the proton welder. So now our productivity all of a sudden exceeds our maintenance costs. So that's a good thing. So, keep an eye out for those guys. All this is important in the beginning of setting up your settlement. I think as time wears on, it becomes less important, but it's still there. So I think we had 5 bad things before and 1 good. Now we have 2 good and 4 bad. So if we continue to keep making the right decisions, we will keep knocking out some of those bad features that we have, and we'll make some great improvements to our settlement. So cool. All right. See you in a few minutes. All right, and as you can see now, we've got a citizen dispute already that popped up, and still we are just another couple minutes have passed by. So let's check our admin terminal and let's resolve the dispute. So Citizen Kotichi is in a dispute with Scout Aura over a security drone. They claim to have discovered the item was stolen from a third party. However, the seller insists their goods conform to all existing regulations. Does Citizen Kochi's claim have merit? So we don't know the result of either of these things here, right? This is just some kind of weird little dispute thing, so does his claim have merit? Let's say it does. See what happens. Was there any change in our status? Certainly doesn't appear to be. All right, once again, we'll be back. All right, so now we had a citizen request pop up, and as you can see, the benefits for endorsing it and what would happen if we deny it. We are very low on our happiness, and quite frankly, I don't need the money, so we're definitely going to endorse the event and not deny the request. Polling indicates an 83% approval rating, so 4% on the happiness level. Yeah, we'll take that in a heartbeat, bro. Now we'll look at the status again. Yeah, it gave us some more, money that we owe, but who cares, right? So look at that. We jumped up to 19% happiness, which is nice. And we're still producing more than we maintain. We'll eventually start making money, so life is good. Just going to keep an eye on things here and return if something else interesting happens. All right, that first part is done. Now it wants 110 chromatic metal. So let's get that put in there, and let's get that building. That's another 45 minutes. This is something that it does take a bit, so like I said, it's good to run around, do other stuff, go back to another base if you want, or start building a base here. While we're waiting for that to build up, I'll show you what I'm doing here. I put a base up. As you can see, it's kind of near that crashed freighter there. So let's head in toward here and see how far in we can build, right? We can build here. And we can still build. We're going to run out of room here soon. All right, we can't build there. So we're using that technique to expand the base. Here we can build. Let's turn back this way. All right, so that box is like right here on the edge. Okay. So we can do this. We'll select a wall, go into the build view, and drop that wall down, right? I'll go run in a little further, and as you can see, now we can build within our settlement here, right? Pretty cool. I don't believe... Yeah, you don't snap to existing structures or anything like that. So if you want to build off of a structure, it's going to require precision on your part to get it right, But it can be done, like we'll look right up here, we can add a piece, change its color. I think the default color is definitely what matches it right there. And then place it. And now it looks like a part of that building, right? Pretty cool. So that's what you can do. That's how you can build within your actual settlement. Now inside here, one thing I do recommend doing is putting down a little save point like I did. But now you can have some fun inside of here and maybe personalize it a little bit, right? Let's say you wanted to put some decorations up. Bingo. Let's say you wanted to add a little lighting to it. Right? Pretty awesome. Put a little mood lighting in, a little fireplace for some warmth. That is really no good location for that, so I guess we could set the couch on fire, but that would be very nice. But yeah, so once you do that, you have all these different options to build within your settlement and make it look more and more awesome. You can do stuff like, I don't know if this will work, but let's try it out. Um, get some lamps like, yeah, we're going to need power for it, so we can always put up a nice little solar panel. I'm going to need a metal plating for that. Hold on.
Product constructed. Toxic protection. Falling.
May as well get the battery ready too. So yeah, we can slap these things up on a rooftop. If we wanted to add a little lighting. And we'll wire it together. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll put in our little wire hider. Where is that? There it is. The electrical cloaking unit. And just more metal plating. Ay, ay, ay. One more, that's it. Get that up there. And now we've got a light to show off our entrance here, right? If we wanted to make it even more obvious. One thing I like to do on my freighter is at doorways that are important, I like to put a green light there because it just kind of gives you an idea that, hey, something's here, right? Go ahead and pop that up to there. In fact, I think we will delete this light instead because that one will be very noticeable when we're in our little area here. So basically that's what it takes to build a settlement. You make these decisions, you choose to settle disputes, to build certain things over other things. You also, make choices on, are you going to have this festival? Are you going to do this exploration thing? There's a ton of different items or situations that'll pop up for you. It does get repetitive after a while, I'm not going to lie. But, it's kind of cool. And it's a good way to start making money in the game, like a passive income once you get this thing up and running. The sooner you get to it, the better, because it'll be more valuable to you in the early game. At this point in my playthrough, it doesn't have a lot of value because, quite frankly, if I want to make money, I'll just go make a crap load of chlorine real quick with all the oxygen that I produce and, make millions and millions of dollars like that, units like that, no problem. So I think we'll wrap it up right now. Nothing really more to say about this settlement, here. We will follow up on it in a few days maybe, or a week or so, as I try to stick with these little missions and keep building it up and try to get it from a C class to a B or an A or whatever else. I don't know how far we'll be able to take it, but we'll get it there eventually. All right, so thanks everyone for joining me. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and I appreciate you stopping by today. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you found this useful at all, leave a like on the video and maybe a comment down below. Let me know what your experience with settlements is. And if you share us on social media, that is greatly appreciated. I'll see you next time.